Hey, I'm just getting home from the wedding. Remember, if you've been following me, the wedding is, what it was all about. Congratulations, Uncle Frank, Auntie Sharon. Love you. And I'll see the family again this weekend before everybody leave and go back and do their things. Good people always leave footprints on your heart. Thank you. I work really hard. Glad you like the suit. But this tie is a mug, ain't it? Woo! I didn't drink at the wedding. I had this much champagne, and the rest was a RC cola and water. I actually ate a salad, and it was good. It was delicious. Ties suck. Yeah, you probably say that until you seen a tie like this. Oh. Stuff moving and rotating on me. Alright, let me get out the jacket. Woo! I got a $100,000 Rolex. Woo! Limousine, fly, jet stealing, son of a gun. Woo! Get my flair on, huh? Get my nature boy Ric Flair on. Telly Savani, I'm the heavyweight champion of the world. And they don't like it because I got a limousine outside by my law. And the girls out there, they just died. Oh, man. For those who don't know, we are live. This is a live chat, so if you're watching it after it's all said and done, it's not live no more. We're answering the questions up here. And now, no, I'm not drunk. But let's get to the point of the video. People said to me, man, what would it have been like if Eazy would have signed Tupac? Like, man, that would have been something. And I kept telling people, he almost did. Y'all don't know how he was close to signing Biggie and Tupac. It was very close. See, what you guys don't understand is people gonna say, man, this color is like 4 colors blended into one. It's blue, it's purple, it's orange, it's a very expensive tie. That's what it means. But besides the point, we're getting off to subject here. Now, everybody's gonna say, well, he was already signed to Interscope. True. But you gotta remember this. At this point in time, Biggie wasn't really signed. Bad Boy didn't exist yet when all of this was going down. Now, thank you, Nitra, if you're a lady. Now, when all this was going down, Bad Boy didn't even exist yet. What happened was Tupac was coming out with Thug Life. And he was hanging out with Above the Law and all these guys that were in the group. Now, during this time, Tupac is talking about putting a movement together and his own group coming out. This is before the Outlaws. This was Thug Life. And he wanted to come out with Thug Life, but Thug Life was going to have its own label and going to be signed as another group. It wasn't going to be signed with Interscope. He wanted to have this through Priority, which Priority works with Ruthless Records. Ruthless Records wanted to distribute it themselves, but they ended up working on a deal on their own with Priority, cutting Ruthless Records out of the deal. This was sort of the problem between Ruthless and Priority, how they interfered so that they can get Ice Cube the same way they interfered and blocked Eazy-E for getting with Thug Life. And Tupac wanted to bring Biggie into Thug Life. Biggie already told Pac, like, yeah, I'll ride with it. Because Biggie stayed with Tupac when he was in California. Biggie came to California and stayed with Tupac for a while. See, a lot of you guys didn't know. They don't teach you a lot about your hip-hop history. I don't have to go on YouTube and Google and all this crazy stuff. I can just sit here right here and tell it to you just like this. So I'm not reading nothing off Google or nothing. I'm telling you straight like it is. You're getting a truth behind hip hop video live. Of course, that's what they all say, Jorge. Everybody say that when they don't believe, but it's the truth. So Biggie was gonna sign and go with Thug Life, because he didn't think this thing with Puffy was going to turn out to be no money behind it. Because it was no money behind it at first. It was just Puffy believing that they were going to get this done and it was all going to happen. And sure enough, Biggie's like, man, I need some money, man. Because this thing ain't working up. So he went out doing stuff with Puff and this and that. Then when Puffy gave him that check, like, shing, gave him a check, he was, oh, okay. This is real. But until then, he was talking about signing with Pac and going to do Thug Life and all that stuff. So he was keeping his doors open. He was looking like, look, Tupac is known. I can go hang out with Pac. I know somebody in the industry. So it made sense for him to do that. So by him joining, Biggie would have joined Tupac in Thug Life. Eazy-E would have signed Thug Life to Ruthless Records. He would have had Tupac and Biggie, Ruthless Records. Not as individual artists, but in the group. Tupac wasn't jealous of Bone Thugs and Harmony. He just knew it was interfering, Bone Thugs and Harmony was interfering with Thug Life. Because when he came out with Thug Life, then here comes Thuggish Ruggish Bone and they blow up everywhere. And then the albums came out almost simultaneously and people was getting confused when they hear Thug Life and not knowing if that was Bone Thugs or Thug Life. So when he did the box thing, the little interview, he was, we ain't no fake Thuggish Ruggish, no, we Thug Life. You know, that's what he was just saying. He was disrespecting Bone Thugs and Harmony. Because he was like, man, what is this? This is not us, but that was what people wanted to hear. And it actually hurt the sales of Thug Life because it was something new that came out of nowhere to the rest of the world on the mainstream, and people wanted to hear that sound. This is before the first of the month. This when the actual Thuggish Ruggish Bone song came out. It's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. It's the Thuggish Ruggish Bone. So everybody's assuming like they're entwined. Some people are actually thinking this was the same dudes that was with Tupac. Because of the woman singing on the hook. And then you listen to I ain't got time, but then everyone is around, yeah. Bury me a G. Okay, Piper Boy Williams, I'm glad you don't. So you can have egg on your face. Go on your little Google and look it up and see if what I'm saying is incorrect. Tupac wanted to get Thug Life signed, but he didn't want to go through Interscope because Interscope wasn't interested in Thug Life. See, when Tupac did Thug Life, they were at a standstill with Tupac. They didn't want him to result. He had finally made some success on his second CD that was commercial success. And that's what they liked. Brenda Got a Baby did good in the neighborhoods, but nobody on the radio was going to play Brenda's Got a Baby. So when he wanted Shock and them to help him, they helped him on I Get Around, and helped him get a radio commercial song. I Get Around was great. Keep Your Head Up was great. So Tupac had 2 commercial songs on the album, but the rest of the songs were awesome and amazing. They wanted to play off that and do a whole different type of record. Tupac put out Thug Style, which was the 3rd CD he came out with. That album was completely destroyed after he had the rape case. Plus, the studio heads was not happy with that album. And we know the album now because we have the album. It's called Are You Still Down? The Are You Still Down album. That's what was Thug Style. Now tell me, how awesome is that album? The studios didn't like the album because they felt it was going away from what they were trying to do. Plus, Tupac only released certain songs to the studio. Then he turned over the entire CD to them, and it was almost like 20-something songs. But once the case came out, he had to agree to do the things he did so that they would have some money to back up their plans of what they wanted to do financially. So he went ahead and made the commercial album, which was Me Against the World, which is an introspective album. It's soft. He had to make a new image for himself so that people would see him. As you saw from the photographs and the album cover for that album. For Me Against the World. If you look at Me Against the World, you will understand everything. Look at the inside cover of everything in there. Everybody loves that album, and it was an introspective album. Tupac was making another Me Against the World before he perished and passed away. He already had songs in place that you've heard on the Machiavelli that was going to be on that album. Pac made that Me Against the World album because he needed to get commercial sales, because he needed money to pay for his lawyers in his case. He was going broke that he spent on all his lawyers. Tupac took the money, spent the money wisely. He paid off all his lawyers so he wouldn't owe anything. He had basically was tapped out, took his advance money, and everybody else had to help out. Like Tretch, Ice-T, so many people he reached for, they came out and helped him. But there's one person that didn't help him. John Singleton. And that's why he said he's a sucker. He turned his back on him. George Dos Santos, if you want to stay in this chat, be respectful or you will be out of here. Believe me, we have no problem with kicking people out of this chat room. If you don't like Tupac, don't watch the video. Get out. So yeah, Biggie was gonna sign with Tupac. And was supposed to be in Thug Life. And that's why Pac said he was upset. He was like, man, you was supposed to be in Thug Life. And now you out here and Puffy was doing his thing, but Puffy came along and made everything reality. When he actually got the label Bad Boy, first he was saying Bad Boy Records, but it wasn't a label yet. So Biggie was thinking, man, this Bad Boy thing really for real, you know. So he was rolling with Pac, like, look, I'm out here kicking it with Pac. Like, yeah, I'll be down with Thug Life, shoot, whatever, man. It's gonna give me some paper, man. I need some money. So Big was down with it. So when they was coming with the Bad Boy thing and they was cool with Puff, Pac could do his show, Big would come on stage and start rapping with him because he liked the way Biggie rapped. He knew Biggie was for real. Pac ain't gonna... Look, Pac know an MC when he see one. He knew Big is an MC, a rapper. Complete rapper beyond all recognition. He can throw down with the best of them. I mean, he put it in his mother's name, yeah. Is that what you trying to say, Big Al? Because Bad Boy's in his mama name? I'm hoping the Pac movie is good. I'm seeing a lot of inconsistencies in a lot of the story, so my expectations is not very high. Oh, Michael McCarthy, you're talking about Biggie's verses? When he said, like, you look so good, I suck on your daddies, you know what? That's to wake you up. That's called shock rap. It's called shock rap. See, that's when people just listening to the rhymes and you're not really paying attention. That wakes you up when you hear that. Because you probably be hearing it. When I first met you, I thought my idea was the trick. You look so good, huh? I sucked on your daddies. Whoa. You be like, whoa. Now you paying attention to the song. Because that's just a shock. Right. It makes you go, whoa. Now you paying attention to the song. Now he got you. Now, but you know what that means. That means she looks that good that he's willing to do something like that. That means she must look drop dead gorgeous. Oh man. No. Okay, somebody just got here late. Let's go and reiterate everything that we just covered with the Ruthless Records thing. For those who just got here late in the chat, this is what we went through. because we're 20 minutes in already, and let's recap. Ruthless Records with Eazy-E was going through a transition at this time. They were looking for more acts, more artists. Tupac, who was always friends with Above the Law, everybody in that group, so he was already cool and working with them, and he already had a group he was coming out with his thing with Thug Life. He was working on getting a deal, and they were shopping it around to say, look, I got a group, we want to try to get a deal going, and he wanted to get his, his label thing going, but Interscope was acting flaky. So Priority Records wanted to come in, and then it was Acko and somebody else. So they ended up going to do their own thing. Eazy-E wanted to sign them through Ruthless, but they went without Ruthless and went through a whole new channel and just went with Priority, Acko, and a couple of other labels where they didn't do it with Ruthless Records, and they basically jumped in on what Eazy-E was working on all again. They doing it again. They overstepping their boundaries, and they going right over the head of Eazy-E. And they went around him to do it. But he wanted to have Tupac label, his group, Thug Life, on Ruthless Records. Just like Above the Law was on Ruthless, he wanted Thug Life on Ruthless. Because Tupac was already signed with Interscope, but his group, Thug Life, wasn't. So he wanted to have them signed on Ruthless Records. But Biggie was supposed to join Tupac on Thug Life and be in the group Thug Life. He told him he was going to be there. So Eazy-E would have had Tupac and Biggie on Ruthless Records on Thug Life. Eazy was an innovator. He was a very smart man. His only problem was loyalty. Now, Dr. Dre complained about being broke. Shouts out to Germany. Dre thing always complained about being broke. Dre was in a mansion that was paid for. Dre had all this stuff laid out for him. Only thing Dre wanted was to be the boss now. He wanted somebody, he just wanted to make music, get paid, and don't have to do nothing no more for the rest of his life. That was Dr. Dre. Dre was completely lazy when it came to work. He would spend all his time working on a beat, one beat, and everybody else chipping in, and Dre would come in and put some mixes on it and try to get his money on. Dre got money, he got lazy. And when Dre get comfortable and get lazy and just want to work on something, he gets bored with something and then he wants to go do something else. That was him. People don't realize Dr. Dre gained he was at 300 pounds plus. He didn't even come outside. You didn't even see Dr. Dre for a long time before he went over to Ruthless Records. And before they did the Niggas for Life album, when they did that album, he was just starting to lose weight. He was going through a whole depression thing. He was drinking and doing all this crazy stuff. Dre was over there about 300 pounds. And right when they was doing the Niggas for Life album and all that, that's when you saw Dre. He was still big. He was trying to come down. And then he started working on the Chronic and doing that other stuff. Because he wanted to do a whole new sound before he was going over there to Dr. Dre. To Death Row. Pac came in disrespectful. He came in very disrespectful to Dre when he knew Dr. Dre before. Tupac is in the video with Ice Cube and Dr. Dre. Tupac's the one at the end that shoots Ice Cube in the window. Tupac is in the video. Natural Born Killers. He the one that shoots Ice Cube in the window. He's the guy. Yeah, right. The people was like, yeah, that was Tupac. I'm like, yeah, Tupac knew them. Suge Knight tried to get Tupac to join Death Row back then. And he told Suge, nah, you got too many stars over there right now. Nah, that's too many stars over there. I can't come over there. So he never wanted to join Death Row. Suge Knight paid him $300,000 anyway for one song that I don't even think they used for the soundtrack. That life's so hard on a nigga when you're living like a G. Dr. Dre took a lot of things with him when he left. Eazy-E recruited DJ Quick. DJ Quick was this guy now. Because Dr. Dre wasn't doing nothing, so Quick was his guy. He had DJ Quick doing everything in there. He had Quick doing the Penthouse Players Click. He had him doing his own thing with his own album coming out. Because when he do it just like Compton and all that, he was going to have him doing the mixing and beats for everything. He was going to put NWA back together. But MC Ren and Eazy-E had a falling out that Eazy couldn't move for a while until he switched everything over from Priority Records to, they got a new distributor, which was Relativity Records. They got a new deal, which was much better, more money for everybody. There's Relativity Records. Because Priority wasn't making Ruthless their priority anymore. Ruthless brought them through the door, and by them having that racist owner, that's just it. He came in and he was like, look, I gave gangster rap a chance. No, you knew gangster rap was going to sell. That's why you came through the door and gave them that deal. They had another deal on the table they probably should have took, and they would have came out a lot better. But Priority didn't have anything. Name of that song. What song are you talking about, Fox? Or are you even talking to me? Or are you talking to somebody in the chat? Well, when he got there doing the California Love video shoot, that was the last you seen of Dr. Dre. He left right after the video shoot. He was done. Pac was disrespectful in there talking about F Dre and F them. He was loud screaming and they laughing like, man, show some respect. And they was like, man, he's disrespectful. And that's why Dre was like, yep. And that's why I ain't gonna be here no more. That's the last time any of them gonna see me. I already got my deal. He had already did a deal behind their back and everything. He talked to Jimmy, went and stayed at Clive's house, and hid out at Clive's house and talked to Jimmy, got his record deal individually away from Suge Knight. He signed over everything to Suge, all the paperwork, all the masters. He didn't get no money. He just wanted out. Dre got his release. That's why you never saw Dr. Dre again for a while. Everybody's like, where's Dre? People were so caught up in the Tupac. After he filmed the video, he was gone. Dre was already gone. Dr. Dre didn't do another beat for them. And they used that's why on that track they used Dr. Dre so they could use his name on the song that they put mixed by Dr. Dre. You Can't See Me. It's the old song. It's the old Snoop, What's My Name? The same What's My Name beat that was on Snoop album. Dun, dun, Give me my money and start and let my bitch but not fake. That's why they just used that beat. Because Dre wasn't there no more. But they wanted to keep Dre name out there like, oh, Dre made this beat. It's the same beat. As What's My Name? Why was Tupac disrespectful to Dre before Dre left? Where did it come from? It came from Tupac's ego. Pac's ego. He was dissing Snoop. He was dissing Dre. I'm taking over now. Death Row mine. You know, he was loud, boisterous on the video set. That's where him and Jada Pinkett had a big fight. I mean, like a big fight. Arguing and all that stuff. They had fell out. Because she was like, you changed. I don't like this. Because Will Smith didn't want her to be in the video. She was supposed to be in the California Love video. She was supposed to be that girl in the car that everybody thought was her. But it wasn't. It was a girl that resembled her. And Tupac was like, you went Hollywood. You sold out. Tupac was working on that album as well. That was an individual album. And he said it. He already told you guys. He said, I know what you want, and I thank you guys for supporting my whole West Coast ride. Now that's over. Now I know what you want. You don't even have to ask me for it. I already did it. You guys want to know, you guys want another introspective Tupac record album, and you're going to get it. The song I Never Call You Bitch Again was going to be on that album. Who Do You Believe In was going to be on the album. Who do you believe in? I put my faith in God, blessed I'm still breathing. And even though it's hard, that's who I believe in. But no believe in the mass and the grieving. Who don't believe in? Who do you believe in? So he had a lot of introspective songs on that album. But they're all on Machiavelli songs. They're all on those Machiavelli albums that got released. Then there was a big fallout because Johnny J didn't get his money that he was promised. He was supposed to get royalties. He was supposed to get royalties off of the work he did on All Eyes on Me. So what they did was they cut and removed everything that had something to do with him. But on the Machiavelli's album, you hear Tupac praising Jose Johnny J, who made him solidified he was part of the Outlaws. He called him Che Rivera, Johnny J, Che Guerrero, y'all, a.k.a. Johnny J, the Cuban militant. Outlaws, outlaws. He did, Chris. He had a private ceremony with his family. They scattered his ashes. Tupac said he's not worried. He said, even if I die, I know my music will live forever. That stuff is advertisement. Nobody smoked Tupac's blunt. Tupac's ashes. His mother scattered his ashes. They had a ceremony. They scattered his ashes after the ceremony. Nobody smoked her son's ashes and all that stuff. That's just promotion. Well, you can hear bits and pieces of Angie Martinez's interview. They got like 5 minutes of her interview with Tupac. It's on YouTube somewhere. Somebody sent it to me. I heard it. There's nothing really wrong about what he's saying in the interview. It's just at that time, the East Coast was completely hating on Tupac. The war was created with the radio stations completely. They were refusing to play Tupac records after Hit 'Em Up. After Hit 'Em Up came out, he almost got his record banned in L.A. They was about to ban him in the radio stations in L.A. I didn't say the whole interview is up there. I said 5 minutes of it is at least is up there. I'm quite sure there's more. A lot more. But he said a lot in those 5 minutes that people probably be like, oh my God. See, when you don't do drugs, you can remember a lot of stuff. Thank you. Yeah, see, majority of this stuff, like, people know about. If you were alive and grown back then, or even a kid, like, you basically knew all this stuff going on. No, see, y'all didn't understand how Tupac was. Sometimes when Tupac wrote songs, he wrote them in a bunch at one time. Tupac wrote a whole bunch of songs at one time. Do you realize this? When Tupac wrote songs at one time, all these songs, all these records, do you know what happens? When you write a whole bunch of songs at one time and you go in and record it, everything can somewhat sound the same. But see, here's the thing. When they give you a budget and they say, this is how much money you got to start working. Tupac's a workaholic. All Eyes on Me, people was just trying to finish it and get Tupac's thing out. People took songs they already completed with other people and gave it to Tupac. Daz did almost the whole album. It was mixed by DJ Quick and a guy that they brought in who used to do stuff for Michael Jackson. Stop. There was never a Vanity Michael Jackson anything. Just stop. ain't no need of me making another video to even address that. That's nonsense. Yes, that's another Tupac album. Tupac still got about at least 2 albums worth of songs that nobody ever heard of. They never heard the lyrics. Because they were releasing Tupac's music too much. And then it was ruined. Because they took the songs and took the... If you go and listen to the original versions of those songs, it would blow your mind. Tupac's voice ain't sounding right. It's not mixed right. They just want to take the production of those other people out the way, put in some new producers, and put Tupac's vocals on there, and they ain't got to pay nobody. The people who actually recorded these songs are like, hey, man, stop it. And they wanted their money. You know, so these people, that's why it was so many lawsuits. Tupac mom had to deal with all these lawsuits coming in and people asking for money. It was crazy. I mean, anybody who ever did anything with Tupac was like ringing the doorbell. Ding dong, how you doing, man? I'm sorry about your son, but I did a song with him in 1993 and I never got my money. The Pac and Nas at the MTV Award thing, they didn't ever run into each other at the awards. The whole run-in was at the after party of the awards. I mean, he had more of a hostile conversation with Ed Lover over why he didn't go to what's his name's funeral. And he's trying to tell Ed Lover about, man, and some things went down. He wasn't really homie. He wasn't really down. And he did this and that. And he was like, no, man, Stretch was our homeboy. It was me, you, and Stretch. You know, and you ain't even come to homeboy funeral, man. He didn't like it. He had more problem with that than Nas. He believes so. But from everything I know, nah, Stretch wasn't involved. But Pac felt he was involved because Pac felt weird because they kept calling him like, hey man, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Calling him. He's like, man, I'm in the car. You know, I'm in the car. I'm on my way. So when it happened, he started thinking, he was so paranoid, he thinking everybody out to get him. Zero, Mad Mike, zero. Now here's the thing, Eazy-E. See, people think Eazy-E is the smack you up type gangster. Eazy-E ain't like that at all. Eazy-E was laid back, business oriented, but he wanted people to be smart. Like, look, you could be smart and make your money in this thing, and I'm gonna show you what to do. If you stay close to me, you know, I'll show you how to make your money. And above the law, he had those guys like, look, y'all bring in talent. If y'all bring in talent, I'll show you guys you'll get paid off the guys you brought in. You know, he's trying to show them you don't have to just make records. You work with them, produce the records, and do all that. If you got it, we'll put it out. Those are my ancestors, so why would I not look like them? That's dumb to even mention. But here's the thing. When you see all of these guys come in line like that, no. You don't understand what I mean. I said Eazy-E wasn't a gangster like you would portray him. He was that guy. Now, but he wasn't the type that was finna go ahead and start whacking people and gotta shoot you down. But Eazy-E was every bit as hood as he could be. He knew where to go. He knew how to go. He knew how to move through Compton. And see, when you drive in certain areas of the neighborhood, especially Compton, you gotta signal people, especially if you're in a low rider and stuff like that. Eazy-E would stick his hand out the window and throw up some signs so that people would know it's him and it's all good. Because he might have somebody in the car that ain't got the knowledge. So they'll be on point. Eazy didn't care if you was Crip or Blood. If you want to make money, you can make money. Look how he was with DJ Quick. He took DJ Quick everywhere with him. Was trying to put him on and everything else, but DJ Quick ran into some problems with some of the Crips that was by the Penthouse Players. Like he was like, man, them dudes is threatening me and all this stuff, man. They ain't like me coming over there with this and that. So he stopped working with them, and they was like, dog, you ain't never had no problem coming over here. You just stopped coming. And that's what messed up the whole Penthouse Players thing. When Ruthless Records came back into play, and when they signed with Relativity, their new contracts was to screw the artists. 100%. If you were a new artist, you were gonna get screwed over. Those contracts were made to screw you. That was it. No more favors for the artist. It was never like that before. Did Eazy-E go broke? No, not personally. The business was going broke. And Eazy did lose a lot of money. Eazy lost a lot of money because they were making a lot of money, then they stopped working. For a while, they just stopped. They was putting out records all the time, then they stopped. And then they had a lot of projects that didn't go anywhere, and they was just paying a bunch of people who was on salary, who was no music coming out. They went from a company that was making about $10 million a month. No other record labels was making what they were making. Besides Def Jam. That was it. They were making... I mean, Eazy wasn't personally out there selling nothing. Eazy was smoking a lot of it at that time. And he was smoking a lot and having everybody go out and sell some weed. Do what you gotta do. This is live. What you talking about? A lot of people think he got it from a needle injection. Something I would probably I didn't cut the camera. They cut the camera. I don't know what's going on with everything else. I hope you can see me. I believe the acupuncture thing, whatever. Acupuncture, whatever. I believe that's more of a reality than anything else. Just came from a wedding, Caleb. I'm a fast reader. That's how I'm reading all of it. Yes, Tupac was a workhorse. See, people don't realize Tupac didn't go out a lot. Tupac didn't go out a lot when he was working on that album. He stayed there and locked down on that album till it was done. Once the album was done, that's when people start seeing Tupac do interviews, make appearances, do this and that. Then he went right back in the studio and started working on the Machiavelli album. He done so many records. He did like 300 some records. And everybody like, man, this dude is ready to go. But see, this is why people don't understand how Tupac worked. Some of his songs weren't great because he knew they weren't great. He just needed to, they call filler songs. You throw together a filler record and put it out to just fill the album up. You made the core album that you want to make. You have your impact songs, but then you have the filler song to just fill the album. Most people have a skit. They make skits, people talking and all of this and that. Why waste rhymes when I could just talk on the record? Now people start throwing in skits, a little joke songs and all this stuff. Those are filler songs. Tupac had some filler songs, and some of his filler songs end up becoming hits. You know, the songs he cared about the most, that he put all his feelings and stuff to, all of those songs came out great because he took time to write them. A lot of the stuff, he didn't even write it. It's just coming off the top of the dome. That's why you hear the same words over and over again in some of his songs. Like, you know the rules. You know, we talked about that before. He always talking about, yeah, you know the rules. He always using that all over again and in the rhyme. Rakim didn't do that at all. Ra would not put out a record if it ain't done. If the bars ain't tight, he want every song to be, and this is when it was like 4 bars, period. If you ain't got 4, I mean not 4 bars, but 4 verses, you ain't a rapper. You got to go. Now, everything is 2 verses. Wu-Tang started that. Wu-Tang started, I give them credit for starting the 2-verse rap. Method Man was the 2-verse rapper I've ever seen in my life. You getting 2 verses and that's it. So when the new millennium started in 2000, that's what everybody wanted. They wanted more of the music, more of the hook, less rap. And that's what DMX went crazy on Leor when he came in talking about he's ready to work on his next album. And he came in there and he had just took over. And he's like, you know the problem with rap? It's too much rap. We got to cut down the verses and turn up the music. What? What? That don't even make no sense. You gonna tell a rapper that he don't need to be rapping? That don't even make no sense, dog. Oh no, this dude wearing house shoes? I gotta go. Is he crazy? DMX hated Tupac. Hated him with a passion. DMX is from the streets of Yonkers, New York. You coming out saying anybody from New York who want to get it can get it? Oh no. New York did not like Tupac. Let me get that straight. It was people that was dealing with him when All Eyes on Me was out. They was like, yeah, he the underdog. Then when Hit 'Em Up came out, Hit 'Em Up was not on the album, kids. It's not on All Eyes on Me. That came about a month after the album was out. Everybody was loving Tupac until he dropped that. Then East Coast, New York radio, everybody was like, what in the world did he just do? And New York radio did not like him. People in the streets did not like him in New York. It was screw him. And it was on. And Mobb Deep is like, we had nothing but love for this guy. We don't even know him like that. And he just essing on us like this, essing on my health. It was on. Hated him. When he made that song dissing him on the freestyle, X had nothing but freestyles dissing him. DMX went to jail dissing Tupac in his rhymes, battling. He couldn't believe it. And when they compared him to Tupac, that's why they had to get him to be quiet. Like, no, X, don't do this. This is back when Pac was gone. This is 98. X is blowing up. And they're like, oh, he want to be Tupac. Tupac! Man, don't you compare me to no Tupac. I don't rap like him. He don't rap like X. Hey, don't put this in the article. Cut that all out. Don't ever say nothing about that man. No, DMX was dissing him before he died. They put the song out, but they took the lyrics out in which he was dissing him on that song. They took the original Tupac diss out. And they took it out like, get at me, dog. That verse on Get At Me, Dog was dissing. It was a verse in there dissing Tupac. But he had other freestyles too. They took all that out of there. I'm quite sure you can find the Get At Me Dog song where he's dissing Tupac. But Get At Me Dog is an old song. That's an old street song that you do, that he did like years ago. This is before Pac even died. He already had these verses. We just heard of DMX in 98. That's it. I know because we knew back then that this was going on. He was upset that people compared him to him. Ja Rule was upset people compared him to him. Ja Rule let his hair grow out because he didn't want to be compared to Tupac no more. When his first album was out, they was like, oh, he's trying to be like Tupac. I'm not trying to be like Tupac. I'm growing my hair out. He grew his hair out and everything for his second album and trying to say he's not like Tupac. He got tired of it. Then, as he got famous and everything else, then he starts saying he's the new Tupac. It's like, what? You just said you weren't Tupac when you was coming out. Now you the new Tupac. You want to see Pac? Y'all want to see Pac again? It's here. It's here. I'm like, wow. Then he started doing the Tupac theme and getting the crosses on his back and all this stuff. He was going crazy. let me just tell you, I have a very good memory. I do answer my subscribers' questions. I used to put out videos saying before we did live chat, Carcino answers your questions. Now I do a live video telling you all of this stuff. No reading Google. No, he got it off the internet. Comes flying off my dome. And they still complain. How much YouTube pays me? Probably 2 pennies and a dime right now. That is absolutely correct. There's a lot of things I can't talk about. Did Tupac sleep with Faith? No. He did not. Was she flirting with him? Yes. She was flirting. That's what she does. No, I bet you do, and that's part of Tupac's genius. He used that as an opportunity to make it look like it. He tried to do it with Little Kim also. They was gonna take pictures and be like, man, look at them. They can't even protect their women. Think that's a coincidence that Suge Knight took a picture with and had his cameraman take a picture of Puffy's ex-wife and Suge, and then Tupac got a picture with Faith, and then they going out talking about how they slept with both of them. Dirty bad boy can't take care of their women. Come on, man. That was all strategic. And see, the thing is, the only problem that Tupac made is that Biggie didn't do nothing to him. And he knew it. Biggie's problem was he was guilty by association. He knew Puffy was cool with those dudes who had him shot. Like, they had Puffy them under extortion. And he went and put all this stuff out there, and like Puffy and them had me set up. Andre Harrell was in on it too. They didn't have nothing to do with that. That stuff had something to do with you and what you said, and he knew why. He knew why, what went down, how it went down, what went wrong. He knew, but still he came out and attacked Biggie. And why did he do that? Why did he attack Biggie? Wasn't for publicity. Jealousy was it. But he felt disrespected by them. Because while he was in jail, they didn't give him any money and no respect. You know what they did? Every time they interview him, man, Pac, you my boy, man. We love you, man. Keep your head up, man. You know, Tupac, man, we love you. Using his name for promotion to keep themselves up there like they checking on him. When Puffy, nobody getting at him, nobody seeing if Pac alright, nobody's nothing. And what Tupac did to help him out by putting him on stage, blowing him up, bigging him up and everything, they out there just like, yo, what's up, Pac? And doing all this stuff. But nobody came to put no money on his books. Nothing. Nobody went to see him. When he first got shot in the hospital, that's when Big and them went up there to go see him. He talked to his pops. Besides that, he talked to Biggie one time, and Big's like, man, I'm going to get up there. I'm going to come see you. I'm going to tell you what's what. He was like, Big, who shot me? You know, like, what went down? Man, I'm going to holler at you about that. I'm going to holler at you about that. Because, you know, big thing is, you know, keep your mouth shut. Can't be out there hollering and screaming about what happened. Look, I'll sit down with you. I'll tell you what happened. Big told him, don't roll with them. Like, hey, dude, know what you're getting yourself into. He warned him. When he said, I tried to warn you, but your eyes messed up. Now I cleared them with hits. You want to effing part in my French. Exactly. It's no knowledge. I'm not saying like this is something super extraordinary that's taking place here. This is history. The only fallout I ever remember them having is that Johnny J didn't get paid. That's about it. I don't think that was they didn't have a fallout before because he was going to be on Machiavelli Records. Tupac had him on, on the original version, before they cut the song off, you hear Tupac praise him. Che Guevara did this beat, y'all. AKA Jose Johnny J, the Cuban militant. Outlaws, outlaws. He thought Puffy and them would bail him out. Before anybody else, he was like, man, they'll come get me than anybody. Because when this thing happened, you got to realize, when this happened, Biggie and them wasn't really out yet and blowing up. Biggie didn't have an album out yet. He didn't blow up. Tupac was like in jail. So they didn't have the money really to come bail out Tupac. And Puffy looked like that ain't our problem. Plus, Puff ain't gonna bail you out if he cool with the people that did it. And these dudes got him under extortion and they probably part of his business. No way. Tupac didn't want to sign the death row. It was what it was. Hey, they came and got me out, man. So it is what it is. You know, like that's how he treated it. But when he got there, he was like, man, he drunk the whole Kool-Aid and went all the way in. Did the label take money from Tupac? I don't know that. I don't know the ins of the outs. But I know Suge did a lot for them people than anybody else. Now, all the people that worked at Death Row, Suge did more for them than anybody else that ever done it for them in their lives. Besides probably Master P, Snoop when he went to Master P. But here's the thing. Name another record company that's going to pay for your full trial. Snoop didn't have to pay a dime for his trial. Well, he didn't see any of his money from, you know, what's his name, Gin and Juice, but he signed away his publishing. You had a murder case on your head. You signed away your publishing. You was $4 million in the hole to start off. You about $4 million in the hole. You did great. You was a featured artist. You wasn't even signed when you did the Chronic. He was not signed when he did the Chronic album. And they did Nothing But a G Thing, Baby. He was not even a signed artist. So it's featuring Snoop Doggy Dogg. Because he wasn't even signed to Death Row yet. He didn't even have his deal signed. That's when Def Jam tried to steal Snoop, and they was gonna sign Snoop. Snoop wasn't signed. Nobody really knew that, except for people in the business. And then they doubled back and was like, "Yo, we got to do something here. My man ain't signed." And then that's when Suge found out, came over there and started beating everybody to hell. That's how they got Warren G. They dissed Warren G and they did him dirty. My stream is 100% fine. I don't know what's going on with yours. Oh, well, that's yours. Mine is perfectly streaming. Nobody else seemed to have a problem with it. So if Eazy-E would have had the Thug Life group in his group, things would have probably went a different way. Because if he had the group signed with him when he had Thug Life, when Thug Life came out, and he had them signed with him, they would have had protection. So if Tupac, you can't hear me. I don't know what's going on with y'all thing. But they would have had protection. Ruthless Records was under protection. Ever since the Suge Knight incident, Ruthless Records has been under protection by the Jewish Israeli security forces. That's why nobody would mess with them ever. It wasn't about no Crips and Bloods. They had the Israeli force behind them. Yes, Jerry Heller called it JDL, and the JDL had the Israeli security force. They were the only ones that had that type of force and that type of power. So any of their groups, like Tupac, would have had protection from the Israeli force that they had signed Thug Life, and they've been traveling way out to New York for something. Tupac would have been secure. Pac had nothing but love for Eazy. Eazy the one was helping him get paid in the beginning. See, what Suge did was Suge saw how Eazy-E was getting his money, and he wanted to be Eazy-E. He wanted that position. He saw where the money was going. He was like, man, y'all ain't doing nothing, man. They making the money. Jerry and Eazy. I don't know. Pac called it extortion. They just had a business deal. They were investors, so the Haitian investment crew. Pac called it extortion. You can call it what you want. That I'm cool with the Haitian brothers, so I don't have no problem with Haitians whatsoever. Jimmy Henchman was a known associate in the music business. He was an investor in the business. That's all I could tell you at that time. before he went and got his own production company and did his own thing. Well, let's just say Jimmy and Wyclef are both Haitians. They both know each other very well. And as you know, if you go listen to Cowboy, listen to the Fugees album. Who's taking shots at Tupac on that album? They're taking shots. And the only person that's taking shots really is Wyclef. And he taking shots at Pac on that album. And the song Cowboys is a everybody wants to be a cowboy. He was taking shots at Tupac. It was very disrespectful, but that's what he did. Tupac felt that way because his lawyer was able to separate the case. What they were charging him with, because he wasn't involved in that. It was another guy and another guy. They separated his case from Tupac's case. There was a certain instance, there was guns involved, and they found a way to do it. He tried to explain, his lawyer tried to reach out to Tupac to explain why that happened. In Tupac's mind, he's thinking, why am I the only one here? All these people involved, why am I the only one in here? He working for the feds, the government, your mind is gone. So if you Tupac, you got a reason to have all these things going on. And then they trying to contact you and you ain't trying to hear it. Tupac is reactionary. He reacts. He don't just think and like, I'm going to sit here, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this way. He reacts. So he went out and did an interview in the press that I'm going to expose it all. And that was the wrong thing to do. Hold on, I'll be right back. Give it to me, what you say? Give it to me right away. Give it to me, what you say? Right away. All right. Yo, you be lying, Joe. All right. I'm back. Woo, had to drain the snake. I didn't hear you wash your hands. Who know what movie that's from? I knew nobody would remember. Oh, wow, jeez. Jeezy, whoa. You got it, Jeezy? Oh, man, okay. All right. That's right, Jackie Brown. Okay, Jeezy, I get it. I don't know how you got that. You must have went on Google or something. Nah, I wasn't on the set when they filmed Jackie Brown. So I was a huge fan of the movie. It's one of my favorite movies. Okay, who's that going to bed? Somebody said, I'll talk to me tomorrow. That's LM. Well, hip-hop rap is, people went from rap stars to trap stars. They've dumbed it down. And once they did that, they realized that rap music is very influential, especially when it was going into the households of rich suburban Americans. They're okay with them listening to Megadeth and rock and having devils and horns and stuff on their shirts. But if they got a black guy on a shirt and a Raiders hat with some sunglasses on, that's a problem. So they got their kids singing rap songs in their living room. After police, yeah, after police. What? All these bitches are hoes. So when this started happening, they had to find a way to break it. But they can only break it if they have someone in there like Vanilla Ice. Something they could use. Eminem was that driving wedge. Once they said blacks accepted Eminem, that's it. We could use this Eminem thing to split it up. Then we could take and put in the artists we want to put in. All they needed was for us to buy in. See, we didn't accept Vanilla Ice. They gave him the awards, they gave him everything, but we stayed united against that. We was like, no, you ain't coming in here. Not like that. And the people behind you, they ain't getting in here. They was like, dang it, we can't do it. We'll try again. There'll be another. And once they found Slim Shady, they was like, we gotta be careful with this one. Gotta be careful. His background checks out. We brought him in with Dr. Dre. He's getting in easy. It's easy peasy. Yeah, look how they're laughing at him. He's dropping his pants. He's funny. No one takes him serious. He's Eminem. Yeah. Next thing you know, he went from the funny guy to, I'm the king of rap. I'm rap God. And it's like, what has just happened here? Now you a rap god? Then he's trying to rap like Tupac. I said, Eminem's trying to rap like Pac? I'm just a little bit of thug with a little bit of Pac influence. Look at it. That guy got you bitches rocking to it. You bitches never could do it like I could do it. Don't even try it. You look stupid. Do not pursue it. I'm like, oh my God, what has happened? And I said, oh my God, what has happened to Eminem? He's totally not Eminem right now. He's totally going under the influence of another rapper. I'm like, he is totally not himself. And he was stuck. He was stuck in an identity crisis. And then he tried to go back to being funny Eminem. He tried to get out of it. And that's why the Encore album sucked. He tried to go back to being funny old Eminem, doing some old stuff, and it just wasn't working. It was no material no more. He was just making an album because he was obligated to make one. So people start seeing other acts come in that should never be in rap, period. You start seeing drug dealers get record deals. The whole avenue was destroyed. They bought up all the old record labels. They took all the little A&R companies, folded them up. They were destroyed. Every rapper who came out with their little label was crushed. You couldn't sell units no more. You didn't even need the radio to sell records. At that time, all you needed to do was to put out some music, and you could go sell 500,000 in your own neighborhood. Redman was going gold and never had a radio song. Redman, his first time going platinum is when he had "I'll Be That, I'll Be That." That was it. Oh, I love D12. You know that. D12 was my group. Just because you said Chirac, I already know you're not from here. So that was just ignore that comment. MC Ren has one of the best story raps ever. Behind the Scenes is one of the greatest story raps you're ever going to hear. Probably never hear another one like it. That is the most intense you've ever listened to a song. I know this was a beach that got straight A's. Every time that song came on, I had like 10 people listening to the song with me on a cassette tape when it came out. Man, that album, imagine what the album would have been. The MC Ren Life Sentence album. That's a video for another time we're going to do. Because he had to destroy songs because some of them had Dr. Dre's on it, you know, so they went and just scrapped the whole album. I like Jay Electronica, like he can rap, but he don't put out enough material. You can't never win. Why does it take this guy so long to put out an album? He can't put out an album that anybody's gonna release. You know who's the top rapper in rap today? I know y'all gonna say Drake or Kendrick, right? Or J. Cole. I know that's what y'all gonna say, right? Do you know who the top rap artist is right now? I'm gonna see if y'all can guess. Just what I thought. You won't even guess it. Somebody said his name earlier. Macklemore. Exactly. Why would I say that? Because it's true. Why you guys are not paying attention? They're selling records. While you guys are like, who's the #1 rap R&B song? You gonna see Macklemore on the top of the charts. When everybody was like, man, her song is in the top 3. Then you be like, well, who's the #1 song? Macklemore. You be like, what did he make? I don't even know what he makes. How is this song #1? He makes money. He sells. And see, none of y'all even know who he is. Or y'all aware of him, but y'all don't buy his records. Why is he #1? Because y'all allowed it to happen. Y'all let somebody come in, take what you created, and run with what you created. Macklemore even came out and made a song, a protest song, going against the police. He was doing the Trayvon Martin song. He was up there, yo, and what y'all did to Trayvon is messed up. I'm like, all right, homeboy, you need to take a step back. You doing too much now. Now you a little bit over the line. I want y'all to look it up. Don't even take my advice for it. Cause I could swear I saw Macklemore as the #1 hip hop song out. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know Macklemore was up at the top of the charts. And I'm like, have you seen a Macklemore video really? Macklemore has been in the game for about, I don't know how long. And you know who was #2 behind him? It wasn't Drake, wasn't J. Cole, and it wasn't no Kendrick. Machine Gun Kelly. Tell me I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. MGK was right up there with the top rap records of all time this year. What's my source? Look it up if you don't believe me. Machine Gun Kelly right now and Macklemore are the 2 top rap artists. Kendrick is doing all this, but he getting peanuts. Kendrick right now, I swear to God, he's probably made about 25, 30 million. But with the success and what he's got right now, Kendrick Lamar should probably have about 55 to 60 million dollars throughout his career. Right now, I guarantee you he probably got about $20 million, which isn't bad for him, a guy from Compton. But he's getting pennies on the dollar. He's making his money elsewhere. Kendrick isn't Nas. Kendrick isn't Nas at all. They're entirely two different rappers. See, here's the thing. Nobody listens to radio no more. Nobody listens to radio no more. You know why? Because radio don't even play music no more. They play talk shows. They just talk radio now. That's why nobody listens to the radio. And we all got the internet, so we can hear it live. Or any song that we want to hear, we just listen to it. Because we got it all updated on the phones already. We can make our own playlists. We can go ahead and, once they came out with iTunes and all that stuff, when people got their little thing and can run with it, and it's got 2,000 songs on it, it was dead. It was all dead. Radio, playing music on the radio, that stuff's dead. People was listening to talk radio. I always listen to talk radio. I never listen to radio for nothing. Not for a song. See, what happened was Hot 97 fell behind the 8 ball because they shunned the internet. When you shun the internet and don't really update yourself on the internet, you're going to kill yourself. Because now, and there's no need to go in on the Breakfast Club. For what? I mean, they're not doing anything that the next guy isn't doing. Because Hot 97 are radio people. They're not internet people. And now they're trying to adjust to being on the internet. They have better content and they have better knowledge of hip hop than the Breakfast Club, period. It's just, that's known fact. Now, this guy who just came in here, let me tell you something. You can come here and talk all you want, we don't mind, but don't disrespect Tupac like that. Not here. We will block you. The man just passed away. We don't disrespect him like that. Now, you could disagree with him, don't have to like him, and you could talk intelligently, but we're not going in that route or that direction. Oh, man, what are you talking about? Kendrick Lamar and Drake? Are you serious? Uncle Murder, I've been talking about Uncle Murder since what, 2008? It don't stop. East New York! It's your man, Uncle Murder. I already took a couple birds off the nigga. He be that crazy, I'm a murder nigga. Dudes want out once they hammer get pulled. They want out like Ace from Paid in Full. I'm out. I mash on dudes like they mashed potatoes. I'm Scarface telling Chi-Chi to get the yayo. Yo, if homie don't respect the jokes, not only the money and the drugs, his life will get took. Yeah. Now what you gonna tell his daughter? Daddy died for reaching for his holy water? I'll be holding to my girl like what's good with you. She's like, nothing. You taking me to the hood with you? You already know. We used to creep in an all-black Tahoe. Word to my mom, I had a shootout in front of 5-0. Yeah, and got away like I was James Bond. And started beating on my chest like I was King Kong. I'm a boss, a leader, a don. I never rat on my crew like Nicky Barnes. Homie, I'm a stand-up. It's a man down when I man up. I spank rap dudes on the track like Joni Cousin and Jody and Baby Boy with Jody got jacked. They kid and play rappers. I'm a product of Cool J Rap. They dance hall rap. I got the hammer. I stage strap. What Biggie and Pac would do with raps of today? Here's the thing. Biggie and Pac, when it came to the rap today, what they would think of it, it would have never happened. The situation y'all talking about would never have happened. Cap One the Don, absolutely I know about Cap One the Don. But this would never happen under their watch. They would have had to adjust to what was going on. But I doubt it. Cap One the Don and the Go-Getters. The Temporarily Insane came out and it got scrapped because a whole lot of things is going on at that time. And what was going on was the fact that Eazy-E's Ruthless Records had to go into a new direction. Nobody wanted to hear Eazy-E doing like, he was rapping like Tretch. And they were like, this is not working. These beats gotta be better. We gotta do something different. People don't want to hear this. Like that Neighborhood Sniper with the Jamaican guy on there. Oh, yeah, that stuff had to go. And he had some other songs on there on the Temporarily Insane that just wasn't it. No, that wasn't the last album he was working on. The last album he was working on was Straight Off the Streets of Mother-Uckin' Compton. That was the last one he was working on. They scrapped working on that album. And what they did was saying, we need to get sounds, the beats that they got that's popular right now, that Death Row got. We need to do that. And what's his name? Yellow's like, I got that. I know how to make those type of beats. That's why you hear when they went from that, only if you want it. Yes, I really want it. Niggas my height don't fight. My name is Eazy-E, looking right. You must have thought I was a buster. You know, all that stuff is gone. Now you go to real Compton City G's. Listen to the beats on that album. Don't that sound like a Chronic album? Listen to all the beats, the intro. That's why that album took off. Down to the last roach. And high as a mother. My buddy played that song to death. I was like, I can't stand this song. This song makes no sense. He was, man, this is hard. It's just that beat. I like to smoke to this. Hard as a mother. And high as a mother. And high as a mother. I'm like, down to the last roach. I'm like, no. Stop. No. But that's the song you gotta smoke, I guess, to approve and know what it is. I don't smoke, so that song don't appeal to me at all. I do not need to hear it. Biggie I don't think he has any more unreleased songs. I think we've heard about everything from Biggie. Everybody don't smoke weed. I'm standing right here telling you I don't smoke. I guess everybody except for me, huh? I got another buddy, he don't smoke either. He smoked it when he was younger, but he's like, man, I have never smoked weed a day in my life and would not. For one good reason. One, I don't want to get a whooping. No, I've seen people who have smoked weed before. Yeah, I lit up a cigar and we did this after we won a basketball game. That's something different. But this is something entirely different. Watching people who smoke weed. See, when you don't smoke, people who smoke weed don't know what they look like. Other smokers be like, hey, what's up, what's up? They don't care what you look like. They smokers. You look like you might have some weed or something. But people who don't smoke, and you see people who smoke, and you seen them before they smoke, and now that they smoking, what they look like, they don't take care of themselves. They don't really care. They be out there, yeah, bro, man. They look like they half asleep and they wide awake. They be like, dog, you gonna go to bed? Oh, man, I've been up, man. It's 4 in the afternoon, man. Kick it. Kick it? You like, you ready for bed? They've been wearing the same jogging pants for 4 days. Dog, you ain't changed yet? You had that on since, like, last week. I did? Oh, I thought I just put these on today, didn't I? I don't know. It's what it is, man. I don't do any drug. I got no tattoos, no ear piercings. I'm an original man. I don't like all the gimmicks. I don't like all this stuff, trendy stuff. I'm not a trendy person. As you could probably tell, I'm not trendy at all. No holes in my pants. If a hole go in my pants, it's going back to the store. I don't get parts in my haircuts and all that stuff. No 3 cuts in my eyebrows trying to wild out. None of that stuff. We keep it 100 here. At all times. Thank you. I finger fucking with my diamonds, the pitch nigga climbing the charts, ain't no fear in my heart. I represent it from the start, indeed. A nigga came to be a G from hurt, be a hustler motherfucker till I seize my hurts. No doubt, I give a shout to all them niggas in jail, all the young black males. They gotta send Yale. It's a thug life, baby, only thugs survive. Ain't no life like a dude slipping drugs and high. Conversating with these chickens on your mobile, I well in control and never let these women know you. And even though I'm getting by, a thug nigga getting high, I catch a bitch spitting lies and getting mine all day. I busted up and parlay, wasting time as we partay, getting my stick licked twice and death to a trick's life. I will pursue this till my shit's white. Went from having fantasies to having hoes, leave they man for me. There ain't no realer man to me. The city of Old Town laced me, but my first case when the punk police tried to break me, didn't think that it was cute. So when I win my lawsuit, I'ma roll past them hoes in a coupe. This is how we do this. That was my favorite Tupac verse. I used to love that verse. And nobody knows it. That's right, Shanice. That was from This Is How We Do This. Tupac and Too Short. Biggie rap like he grew up in Italy. How do you figure that? Okay, somebody keep asking the same question over and over again, and I've answered that question. My favorite Biggie verse, that's harder to do. That's a lot harder to do to me. I know. My favorite verse would probably be off the what's that, Ready to Die album. The Victory verse is one of my favorites too. That first Victory verse is tight. I remember rapping that to my cousin. My car had broke down. As soon as I got it, and I couldn't get out there to him so he could hear it, I learned the verse in 10 minutes. The entire verse in 10 minutes. I listened to the song 2 times and knew the entire first verse and spit it over the phone to my cousin. And he was like, whoa, I gotta hear this. And what's this? I'm like, dog, it's the best, one of the best verses I heard him drop. And it's on the, I was like, it's called Victory. It's on the Puffy album. and I was like, it's got the Rocky beat. You know the Rocky, he couldn't even picture the Rocky beat. He's got the wrong part. He's got the wrong Rocky part. He's thinking Come and Fly now. I'm like, it's the other one on the other Rocky beat. It's like dun 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 dun. He thinking it's that one. No, it's the other Rocky beat. Dun 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 dun. He's like, I can't picture it. I'm like, you did it. What you mean you can't picture it? The Clippers suck because I've been telling people they suck. They just set an NBA record. The Clippers are the first team in NBA history to have blown a series lead in 5 straight years. I told you why. That team sucks. They don't play defense. All they do is dunk the basketball. They have no scores on the team. Doc Rivers got his son on the team, who's basically off and on. He's not really NBA ready at all. Listen, the reason they suck is the reason the rest of the league is sucking right now. They're not even trying to improve. All they want to do is score, and they injury prone. That whole team is fragile. Everybody, every time the playoff hits, they done. That's why I call him CP Injury. That is his name, CP Injury. He's great for the regular season. Then next thing you know, he's injured. Right when the postseason happened. Right in the playoffs. They lose him and Blake. Blake gonna be, oh, you hurt? I'm hurt too. Bam! Oh, I'm out. None of them can play a whole season. They need to flush that team down the toilet. Doc's the GM and the coach. He better have some State Farm insurance. He needs it. For he's injury prone. Good thing State Farm is in here to help you out in your time of need. You got a guy, Devon Jordan, you paying him a max contract and all he could do is dunk the ball. He can't even hit any shot. But you paying him a max deal. I'm the doctor of love. Yeah, man, almost got in trouble at that wedding, boy. Woo! Man, old flames, girls I was about to hit and didn't hit, and they were back like, you can get it. I'm like, I probably could, but not tonight. I got to come here to my YouTube fans. That was a joke. Now, I was only one. I would have took in there today. And then I seen my cousin, and he want the same one. And then I'm like, oh, you brought one here. You still want this one. But that's him, man. So I was like, you know what? It's a young man's game. Knock yourself out. Go have fun. Nah. Well, when I get done here, I'm going to turn around and start making some videos. I'm going to do the truth behind the beef between the color blue and green. Yeah, that was a terrible battle. They really got beef. So, when those two get into it, somebody gonna turn purple. Oh yeah, Wednesday night, I'm gonna be on Rope-A-Dope Radio Show, bragging like a mug, man. You ain't ready for this kind of bragging. Wait till you see me on Rope-A-Dope Radio. I'm going in, over the line. You think it's turned up now? Wait till you see me then. I'm gonna be really turned. Where can you hear what? Oh, Robidope Radio. You go to Blog Talk Radio. Matter of fact, go to the Twitter. Go to @RopeADope Radio. It should say Chris Carlson @Robidope Radio. They have the link in there, and it'll take you to the shows. So just follow @Robidope Radio on Twitter, and you can't miss it. Well, thank you very much, Nicholas Jacobs. I appreciate that. I do feel I am a good brother. No, Mary Jane, I live stream a lot. Just follow the playlist and you'll see a whole lot of live stream. They should have never gave me a live stream. Thanks, Jesse Ward. I appreciate that. Thanks, Ronnie. I appreciate it. I appreciate all that, man. I really do. It's hard work. Well, thank you, old school hip hop. Go follow the playlist, The Truth Behind Hip Hop Beefs, on my page, and get caught up on a whole lot of stuff that went down. It'll blow your mind. Yes, you can, Rob. Once this is over, go back to the beginning and get caught up with everything that you missed. Yeah, see, the thing is, the girl that I'm dating, she didn't go to the wedding with me. And I'm very glad she didn't go to the wedding with me. You see, here's the thing. Women going to the wedding, then I had to take her home. Then I had to drive all the way back home. I'd have been exhausted dealing with that. Because women get to the point where they're at a wedding, they don't want to leave. See, me, it's just me. I know how to get myself out. When I'm ready to go, it's time to go. Thank you for the great night. Everybody have a great time. Get home safe. I'm out the door. Women, they be still in there talking. Come on now, we're going to leave. Okay, I'll be there. Yeah, and then you there another 25 minutes. I want to get in. I want to get out. I want to go home. I want to get out the suit. I want to get out the tie. I want to get out the shirt. No matter how good I look in it, I want to get out of it. So it just by happenstance, the other girl, she was busy at the time. So when I went ahead and did it, it was completely done. Now what she don't know, and don't y'all tell her, my ex-girlfriend today sent me a text asking me to be her date at a wedding. I don't like weddings. They're time consuming. But I wasn't going to miss this one. Wasn't going to miss this wedding. This wedding was special. These people been dating and been together for 27 years. And they finally got married. I was not going to miss that. But now she wants me to go to a wedding with her. Now, I don't know how my other girl gonna feel about that, knowing that this is my ex and she's asking me to go to a wedding with her. But here's the thing. I don't like going to weddings. And then this is a wedding of somebody I don't even know. What should I do? Now I ask you two for advice. What should I do? It's a trap. Well, how does he feel this is a trap? I had a Nigerian woman before. They're very angry. The girl from the bar? I'm trying to figure out who you talking about. Oh, the girl that was in the video? That's the girl that's just at the video. I don't know her. She the girl that I just see there. She saw I was on here live. She got excited and wanted to talk to y'all. But she's a nice person. She's normally a server at Buffalo Wild Wings, but she chills out there. I can't help it, man. I look good. So when you look like me and you out here, you're a target. I look like money. You're fired. Let me work on it. Your services are no longer needed in the community. I'm not. I'm sorry to tell you, Frank. We got to let you go. See? I'm a boss. I got too many people holding something right now that they were supposed to give back Friday. Like 16,000 Fridays ago. Don't go Money Mitch on him. Money making Mitch. Anybody that owes me money, said anything wrong to me, looked at me the wrong way, today, they did. That wasn't a bad album. Yes, we know that was based off a true story. Notice we said based. Hit him with a hood story. Oh, I say that. Because the hood story, I'm probably going to do one on my homeboy, OG Bobby Hustle. Y'all ain't ready for OG Bobby Hustle. I do a whole month load on OG Bobby Hustle. That's probably like a whole day of OG Bobby Hustle. Who said I don't like Schoolboy Q? I said I do like Schoolboy Q. That was crazy.
I'm playing a soldier, that's all. Just like KRS-One, he called himself God. I ain't calling me God. I'm just one doing my part on where I think hip-hop should go. Everybody else doing their thing where they think hip-hop should go.
No, OG Bobby Hustle. He was named after OG Bobby Johnson.
More money. Because with more money, you can do something for the communities that these hip-hop artists are coming out of. But getting more artsy fartsy, and we just go into more coffee shops and do more performances. We've been performing this shit since the 70s. You know what I mean? Let's get some papers, get some buildings, get some community centers. You can't do that without money.
Okay, so but do you think that's gonna, do you think it's gonna be boom, you take care of your business, boom, it's over, boom, everything's happily ever after? You know when you attack somebody, they attack you back.
That's why I don't attack.
You attack
think
them
I'm going
back.
to smack you? I ain't smacking.
I think by you saying that...
running into bad boy with a gun, do it look like I'm doing drive-bys on these niggas? No. I'm not that, I'm for real, I don't give a fuck if nobody understands, but I'm a soldier.
But it's affecting other people though, is the problem.
Other people need to just know that life's a bitch. Sometimes this, I mean, damn, life's a bitch. Sometimes, you know what, it get hot. It get hot. What they thought, they was just gonna make millions and never gonna be no problem? You wanna be in a rap game? Hustle for it, fight for that shit, like I had to do. I done took bullets and went to jail for this rap shit. Done caught cases and got sued and paid millions for this rap shit. About a motherfucker being uncomfortable because I'm doing my thing? I don't give a fuck.
Do you feel like you've done anything wrong?
I did a lot of shit wrong. Probably half the shit I did is wrong. You know what I mean? But I believe in my heart. I'm doing it for the right reasons. It might turn out wrong, but only reason is I didn't have no training. I'm training myself. I'm doing this hands-on. You know what I mean? You go from up and down, went to jail. I learn from my mistakes and I move on. And I challenge anybody to do what I did and to still be standing and still be doing the shit that I do. Nobody has done it. Nobody is behind me. Nobody was in front of me. You know what I mean? Not on this shit. We have had no rapper be hunted by the criminal system like I have. You know what I mean? Be shot, sent to jail. Nobody. While I was rapping, released the album, sold millions, came out, dropped another one, sold twice as much, blew up, you know? I believe that all I'm trying to do is represent who we are. I'm the Don of my crew, you know what I mean? I'm the Don in my own mind, you know what I mean? And I'm the lieutenant in this big picture, you know what I mean? And I feel as though the Don that we got right now is the best the world's seen, you know what I mean? As far as what we do. So I have no aspirations to take this position. I'm happy where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm happy all around the board. So I don't do things in search of fame anymore because I got everything I've ever wanted. You know what I mean? I got my respect, I got my position, I got my status, and I got my voice. And I got...
Let's talk about women for a second. Women who...
I'm gonna tell you something. I love women. I'm a big... Jail has made me appreciate women. But I hate bitches even more because I love women now. Because they make it bad for real women. They make it so when I meet a real woman, she's scared of me. Because of this bitch that said I raped her. So I love women, but I hate bitches. And I try to deal with both of them in every album. I try to make a good song where I deal with the women. I try to make a song where I attack the bitches.
But you do understand and
it's a difference.
separate.
No, all women are not bitches. No, I don't believe that. They are women and they are bitches. And I don't believe every woman got a bitch and none of that shit. I believe there's women and there's bitches.
Okay, good.
A woman that treats herself as a lady at all times, that's the one I'm attracted to. That's the one I want every time. But there's bitches out there. Even women know that. Women don't like bitches. I feel like I employ more women, help more women, and work with more women than anybody in the world.
Yes, you do have a lot of women around you. I noticed that.
All women.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I'm a man's man. I attack suckers, whoever they are. Whether the suckers got pussy, I attack them.
Can you talk about your marriage a little bit? Because I know you got married and that was quick.
I'm trying to give my ex-wife her life back in her privacy by not discussing it over and over again. But I will say that she was a wonderful person. She helped me through my whole prison stay. She was there every day. We got married. She was my friend. It was never a joke on marriage. It was just we had to do what we had to do with the situation we was given. And we made our decisions. So she was my friend. She's still my friend. I can call her right now. I call her all the time and she tell me everything that's popping in New York.
She's from New York.
Yeah. She still live right in the heart of it. She live in Harlem.
You ever want to get remarried? Have kids? All of that?
Mm-hmm. Not gonna finish riding.
I hear you. I read somewhere that you said that you don't have time to be married and to be in this business.
To be a good husband, and I'm one of the niggas that want to be a good husband, and I want to be a good father, so I don't got time right now.
There you go. So that's a good way to end it off. Don't forget, follow the playlist, subscribe, go to the playlist section, list all the hip hop beef videos. Keep you going, and good night to all of you. That's right. Have a great night. Yo, you can go ahead and date, marry in another chat room. Good night. Tank on full, tank a red, got a nigga. Lord knows I don't need another DUI. I live a thug life, huh?